Hello, guys. It's Drew Schaefer, NFL analyst. Not really, but I could be an analyst. That's my brother Logan. We got too many NFL news to talk about today. We got 5 papers filled front to back with NFL news. And holy crap, this is only day 2. This is day 1 and 2 combined, though. Let's get into it. So, first, we have Sam Darnold, who signs a 1-year deal with the 49ers. He could be a quarterback number 1 if Trey Lance is not healthy, and Brock Purdy. He's injured, too. Do they keep Josh Johnson for insurance? We don't know. The Browns are signing former defensive tackle Dalvin Tomlinson to a 4-year deal. Browns fans, I think it's a smart move. You're replacing Clowney, who was not that great as a Cleveland Brown. And then a shocking turn of events. The Raiders, with new quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, are going out and signing free agents left and right. They signed the wide receiver Jacoby Myers to a 3-year, $33 million deal. Could he be a receiver too, right behind Davante Adams, one of the fastest guys in the NFL? Is this the last chance for Myers to show that he can be a true number wide receiver 2 or 1? In other news, linebacker Jermaine Pratt, he re-signs with the Bengals. I think it's a smart move for the Bengals to do. We go to the backside of paper number 1. Jameis Winston signed a 1-year deal with the Saints. He's coming back for at least one more season. Will he be the starter? Not likely. Is it his last chance to prove that he can be a solid quarterback too? Could he potentially battle to be a quarterback number 1 as a New Orleans Saint? The Dolphins signed former Titans linebacker David Long. We don't know how much it is, but he is going to be a key piece to this Dolphins team, who seems to be win now mode as opposed to rebuilding right now like the Colts would be. In other news, the Bucks traded Shaq Mason, a lineman, to the Texans for the Texans traded a 6th-rounder for Mason and they got a 7th-round pick back. This was a steal deal for the Texans, getting one of the best offensive linemen the Buccaneers had, who I think the Buccaneers are actually rebuilding right now. And I think it works out best for both sides. The Cardinals re-signed OT Calvin Beckham to a 2-year deal. Smart move for the Cardinals. He must have been one of the good guys on the very depleted Cardinals team, but they have the 3rd pick this year. In other news, the Cowboys re-signed Donovan Wilson to a 3-year deal. Is he the future of the Cowboys as a safety position?
$3 million?
He just says 3-year deal, so. We go to paper number 2, which Logan was happily right there. The Eagles added Rashard Penny as a quote-unquote replacement for Miles Sanders, who seems to be done with the team completely. His 2022 stats consist of 57 rushes for 346 yards and 2 touchdowns. Could he potentially be the running back number 1 for the for the Eagles? Well, is he the replacement for Miles Sanders? What do you think? You think he could replace Miles Sanders? No, that's what I thought. Raheem Mostert, he re-signs with the Dolphins for a 2-year deal worth $5.6 million. Is he the future running back for this Dolphins team? Whatever you may think. The Saints re-signed Michael Thomas to a 1-year deal. Could he be the wide receiver number 1 in front of Chris Olave? Is this his last chance to finally, and when I say this, finally get a chance to prove he's not a bust? Taylor Heinicke signed with the Falcons on a 2-year deal worth $20 million. His 2022 stats consist of 1,859 yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, with a 44.4 QBR. Could he be Atlanta's starting quarterback for next season? We will just have to see. In our news, the Colts traded cornerback Stephon Gilmore after 1 year to the Cowboys for a 2023 5th-round pick. His 2022 stats consist of 53 solo tackles, 2 interceptions, 11 pass deflections. Could he be the cornerback number 2? And I said cornerback, not quarterback. Could he be cornerback number 2 for this Cowboys team, who is not that great outside of Trayvon Diggs? The Jets signed Alan Lazard, who was one of the targets Aaron Rodgers wanted to get if he's going to play on the Jets, to a 4-year, $44 million deal. His 2022 stats with the Packers consist of 60 catches, 788 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Is he for insurance, or is he to try and get Aaron Rodgers completely? We go to the next one. We go to the next one. Whew. Okay, we caught our breath. The Jets re-signed kicker Greg Zuerlein to a 1-year deal. Is this his last chance to show that he is the kicker for the New York Jets going forward? Is it a smart move? I think so. Jesse Bates, from the Bengals to the Falcons. Are the Falcons rebuilding now, or are they trying to go into win now mode? We don't know what deal this is yet. Von Bell, who was also a Bengal, he went to the Panthers. Was he a missing piece for his Panthers team, which almost made the playoffs last year with a deflated team? Tight end Darren Waller was traded to the Giants for a 2023 third-round pick. This was probably one of the best moves I've saw this entire week so far, and we're only on day 2.
Do you guys think it was a good move?
I think, you know what, yeah. What do you guys think? Was it a good move for the Giants to bring in some good things? Is he going to be tight end number 1? You can count on that. The Colts re-signed the defensive end, Tyquan Lewis. Is it a smart move for their team? Is he the future of the Indianapolis Colts? The Colts signed kicker Matt Gay to a record 4-year deal worth about $24 million. Is it a smart move for the Colts? And is he the future kicker of the Colts, who have been looking for that kicker number 1 ever since Rodrigo Blankenship left the team last year? And other Colts news, the Colts re-signed E.J. Speed. Was it a good move? And does he deserve a second chance? I believe so. We'll just have to see how he pans out. Jalen Ramsey was traded to the Dolphins for a 5th-round pick and I believe a backup tight end,
For nothing, basically.
That was a steal deal. A very steal deal. Seahawks, they re-signed defensive tackle Jaron Reed to a 2-year deal. So we know he's going to stay in Seattle for a couple more years. In other news, the Cowboys re-signed Leighton Vander Esch to a 2-year deal worth $11 million. And other 2-year deals worth $11 million. And a surprise move, the Panthers go out and get Andy Dalton from the Saints on a 2-year, $11 million deal. As we go to the next paper.
You don't have it back.
The Commanders signed Darren Payne to a 4-year deal. The Vikings are working on signing Byron Murphy to a 2-year deal worth $22 million roughly. That is a good deal for them, as they have been looking, as their cornerback Patrick Peterson just left. In other news, the Falcons are re-signing offensive lineman Caleb McGarry to a 3-year deal worth about $34.5 million. Final paper. The Lions signed David Montgomery, a former Bear. He will stay in the NFC North for at least 3 more years to a 3-year, $18 million deal. Why are they signing David Montgomery? Is he running back number 2? We don't know yet. The Broncos, they went ahead and signed Zach Allen to a 3-year, $45.75 million deal. The Steelers went out and got themselves a cornerback. Steelers, they signed quarterback Patrick Peterson to a 2-year, $14 million deal. Sounds like a steal deal to me. The Bucks are re-signing Jamal Dean. Good for him. The Bears, in one of the good moves that the Bears have made so far in the past 2 seasons, are signing linebacker Tremaine Edmonds to a 4-year deal worth $72 million. We go to the back page. One of the happiest news. If you're a Colts fan, you're going to love this news. The Colts are releasing quarterback Matt Ryan, and that will save approximately $16 million in cap space to go out and, maybe potentially get a player or 2.
Yes, sir.
The Eagles re-signed James Bradbury to a 3-year deal worth $38 million. The Broncos are signing running back Sirmoji Pirine, a former Bengal, I remind you, to a 2-year, $7.5 million deal. As we have known, the Broncos have needed a running back for some time. And since they have their quarterback of the future, maybe this is one of the key parts they're missing. The Eagles went ahead and re-signed running back Boston Scott to a 1-year, $2 million deal. He's not going to be running back number 1, but he could be a solid running back number 2, maybe some threat in the passing game. Javon Hargrove to the 49ers in a 4-year, $84 million deal. Dolphins are signing quarterback Mike White to their squad to back up Tua Tagovailoa next season. Texans are signing defensive back Jimmy Ward. And the last news we have for today, I believe, The Vikings are expected to sign former Saint Marcus Davenport to a 1-year, $13 million deal.
Now that is what you call a steal deal.